For the Glasgow Museum's field test of the ICROM Our Collections Matter Toolkit, I choose the Guide to Risk Management for Cultural Heritage to work with the many different venue teams across all the different museum and gallery venues here in Glasgow, and mainly to help and to support them in identifying risks and evaluate the risks that affect the collections specific to the venues they are servicing and they are working in. The reason why I went for the conservation risk assessment methodology and manual really is that communication here in Glasgow Museums is always a big challenge, simply due to the size and the diversity of the museum services. COVID hasn't made things any easier, so I felt that the conservation risk assessment, which really is an applicable tool and a method and a practice that allows people to participate in preventive conservation thinking and practices and methods, was a fantastic tool to really bring people back together and get the communication and do a sort of team building. That obviously, thinking about risk reduction and evaluating risk and looking towards building resilience and being prepared are all really big aspects towards sustainable development. Really, the outcomes from this, the immediate outcomes are definitely that people have felt really empowered. They have started to think about their roles and how they can contribute towards conservation within the museum, towards caring for the collection, really by understanding how important their observation is, their knowledge and experience, working with the audiences of the different venues, the visitors. And so that had an immediate impact, really, that the conversation and the collaboration between the conservation department and, for example, the visitor services, especially across two venues, has much improved. Also, individuals have mentioned how they started to apply the way of thinking about risks and understanding how much influence they have to their daily life, and so beyond the work and beyond the museum collection. The lessons learned from all of this is really that it can be sometimes difficult to get the attention maybe of more strategic people and management, but I would recommend to just keep on talking to people. There are always people there who are as concerned and as interested as you might be. And I found that the Our Collections Matter Toolkit is a fantastic resource to back this up, to start talking to people about how to use the collections, for example, with colleagues in museums, but also to introduce really how much museums can do with their collections or with the practices they employ, specifically conservation, towards sustainable development. Lots of people are concerned about it. The majority of people just don't know where to start. And so I really felt within my work environment, talking to colleagues, being able to refer to the ICROM Our Collections Matter Toolkit, they very quickly got as absorbed as I did and started looking around. And so I wholly recommend to really use this fantastic resource.